So, hello everyone and welcome back to some more of the Disco Elysium in this especially loud location. Let's just make sure this guy has nothing to do with any of it and then we'll talk to the guy down there.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
Labor Utopia. Totally. Was nice enough, I guess. It's by the rest area on the band leading across open plains. He nods solemnly, then turns to you, a wide smile adorning his face. Right, you talk to the boss eye to eye like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk. Yeah, Effort said you have a key to a door. A key, huh? He runs his fingers through his moustache. What door is this key supposed to open? I don't really know, some whistleblowers, I think. Oh, say no more, I got you. He taps the side of his nose with a little wink. I got that key right here, and let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say. I don't know if I'm gonna do it to the end, but I guess it's better that I get the goddamn key at least. Well, I guess if we are gonna do it, I'm not opening this door for myself, I'm opening it for all working men. Totally. I knew this man was a commie, he smiled still in his head. And it's a good thing you're doing too, thanks. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the whirling in racks, that's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business. Okay. But where did you get the key from? A janitor gave it to me. Nice fellow. We talked about life and things that really truly matter. His gaze wanders off into the distance. Out of this mess we're in, this jiving and juggling, what's it for? It doesn't wait for you to answer. To feed our children, I guess. So, is there anything else I should know about this task, this weasel person, when he'll be home? He shakes his head. I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for. The man takes a big sip from his flask. Who he is and what they're fighting for. This is interesting, says the Inland Empire. Why are you striking? We're negotiating our share. Your share. So he's part of the group. Indeed. Hey, he seems pleased with himself. How large a share would you like? All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board so they could take part in the decision-making process. So yeah, that's the... But yeah, I understand it would be nice, but it's kinda ridiculous. Like, how would anything be decided, at least if it's actually like, full scale, any decisions. I understand at least in this area, if this harbor itself would be able to a little bit decide about this area. Sure, okay, maybe I can get behind that, but... So, the bossman Everard, what can you tell me about him? I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him, he shrugs. In my eyes, he's a capable organizer, and a decent businessman. What does boss in the union entail anyway? I guess you gotta get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties. Watch it out for his own. By that you mean corruption? By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? And in this world, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, we know it, appreciate it even. He is personally not too lavish. That desk did seem a little lavish to me, though. He is reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor or a corrupt motherfucker. I would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway, and moralism is the most corrupt of them all. Not you, you would like to say, but then there's that weasel door. Yeah, well, if I'm gonna do it, then yes. But, yeah. Are you a communist? No, he pauses to think for a moment. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying, I want it all to myself is a much-older and simpler notion, no science to it at all. Even a weak child can think it. The only thing holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't. Shouldn't take what's not yours. Well, yeah, easy to say. Right on, brother, then. That's the way the world works, poetiero. You seem to have spent a lot of time thinking about the political situation. Sure, I've had the necessary free time. He spreads his arms wide, using the reach to show how much time he has. Fortunately, there's always time. The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching far and wide, yet it feels as if he could effortlessly go even wider if need be. An endless torrent of time. Actually, do you know anything about the Hardy Boys? Los Hardys, he smiled. They're an independent militant group, a bit too high-strung, but it comes with the responsibility. They're sorta like you, preserve the rule of law and all that, except it's Everard law. He takes a swig from his flask, but really, they're just like you. Yeah, is he actually comparing you, an officer of the law, to some neighboring vigilance? Let it go, authority, okay? A man whispers in a jaunty tune, a coastal breeze ruffles his hair. Do you have any idea then who killed the hanged man? A mercenary, eh? He shrugs. Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing? He shakes his head solemnly. The harbor is a prime area of suspicion. In your opinion, are the dock workers involved in the killing? What a thought, he scoffs, looking shocked. Why would noble workers resort to such a thing, unless they were pushed, of course? Pushed how? That guy was an enemy combatant. Hold up, what does that mean? He was an agent of the opposition attempting to undermine our honorable efforts. Did you kill him? Obviously not. I ain't the murderer in that, but just me. Large organizations like our union have all sort of men with all sort of skills. Understood. The lieutenant takes a note. This has been of limited use still. Thank you. No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search. He takes a sip from his flask. This does bring into my mind that I should talk more often to people we have talked before, because we learn more knowledge. He was able to give us again new important knowledge and all that. So let's even check our good old racial thinking buddy. Measurehead.
The unpromising race pupil returns.
So, see, I can ask about Hardy Boys. But hey, you know, I'm not drinking. I have made a resolution. So why are you not with the Hardy Boys? Are you gonna talk yourself or not? I am not the first line of defense, I am the last. He looks towards the coast defiantly. In addition to so-called Hardy Boys, or an effeminate clique of bodybuilders, the company is spiritually degrading. But you are all part of the union, though. The Hardy manlets are only the pay of the company. I answer to the union alone. And I turned this out of race heroism. Finance is an alien concept to the Simonese. Now leave me be, I must look straight in the company of my woman. Have fun with that. Have fun. The looks rating. Measure head crushes all. Yeah, you and your measure heading. Measure your my head. Measure thy head. Why does measure head make a piece of amazing thing? Alright, but you're an important individual, you know? Very much so.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
Are you a mercenary hired by Wild Pines? Hell no, I'm just an honest scab. I won't have talk like that around here, you understand? Say very quietly. Is there a tribunal being convened by any chance? Fucking buck. He breathes out slowly, his giant chest deflating and his mouth slightly open. How about you fuck off now, huh? Okay. Of course. The lieutenant says, his voice is soothing calm. He looks at you. There could be weapon aiming at us right now, somewhere above in the building. The other merc, don't push this, he's thinking. This is not the time. Okay, back off. The man's breathing steadies, but his eyes are still narrow. Slowly he's trying to get his right to work dance back up. I guess I shouldn't be asking about this, even though I would really like to get the help. I would really like to get his help because I am trying to figure this out. But fine. I guess it's better we don't right now. I guess it's better I just leave that alone for now, at the very least.
Looking for something?
Let's see. Maybe I should have a look what all is open to us. I'm not sure if I should go into... But yeah, that is something that I should do. But the other thing, I'm not certain. Not certain. So which things are open? Is it just the ones that are on the white? Yeah. Formidable, impossible, challenging rhetoric, impossible rhetoric. That's a medium central furnace. Okay, I do know where the central furnace is at least. And that's a challenge in one ceiling. I don't remember where that is. Then backyard wall. Definitely not. That's a medium. From a streak, a guide to a well-behaved to Oi. There's something like that with it? Is there really? I didn't realize that I had something special about my book still. I do know my book, or unless it's something about going and talking to the woman perhaps. Maybe. Yeah, I don't see anything in here. Don't see anything in there, so it doesn't mean exactly like that. But I guess we might as well go and talk first and foremost with Klasle, considering, or our Orange Disco Dancer is a name that I remember better. But also, of course, I did ask about or get some extra knowledge about the Hardy Boys, but it's really tough. Like, I know I probably should, in a sense, to get my gun, I should go and do that thing for the dude, but I really wouldn't wanna, you know. Really wouldn't want to. I wish I could talk to you guys better too, but you guys refuse to talk to me. Even though I'm your colleague, you know. I know, I've screwed up a lot of times, I know, but you know, still, for old time's sake, so to speak, you know, would be nice. If you could be nice. Would be nice if you could be nice, yes. Then here, So many steps to go through. And I don't know what is her agenda. Like, I was thinking about it a little bit more, but clearly she is at least having a lot of omissions what she isn't telling. It wasn't all as rosy as she kind of pictured it clearly, but what exactly?
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain?
She leans back against the railing. Well, Titus Hardy gave us a recording where the deceased states his intentions to commit rape. She puts her coffee cup down. This does not surprise her. Alright, so she's all the time, as much as I can trust to the empathy. That's a great question. What is her real emotions? How much empathy does tell me the truth about her? Nothing seems to be surprise her, but on the other hand, she's on trucks and everything, so does anything manage to surprise her anymore? Did he? A smile flits across her face. I never said he was a good man or that he had good intentions, only that he was never bad to me. Yeah, that's true. Of course, on this tape he specifically identifies you as the target. Where did they get this recording exactly? It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via the encryption station. It's authentic enough. She arches her brow. Does he say he's gonna do it? Soldier of the apocalypse style. Those are the exact words he used. Yeah, that was practically his pickup line. She picks the cup back up. A memory surfaces in her tired neocortex. It's not entirely unpleasant. Did he say force a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it, Gohoi style? Gohoi was mentioned, I'm pretty sure it was. He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Gohoi. It was in his everything. Do you think he was trying to scare people? No, I'm pretty sure he did all those things and then had to internalize them to keep on living until they just sort of turned into his. She thinks, what's the word I'm looking for? Coping mechanism, persona. I wouldn't say catchphrase exactly. Persona is my opinion. Running joke. I was gonna say running joke, and it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Realize punchlines got way funkier than that. He was like the Seminese conflict, the Kahoi massacre, and the 36 Famine Yisat all rolled into one person, then cast into Orange's ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower. Even in the shower? That's a lot. When he said he was done, and done mentally, it didn't sound like a joke. Sounded like a deeply troubled man. Yeah, that's true enough. That I'm sure it's not exactly a joke, but Huh. Hold on, he said he was mentally done. That sounds like a broken man to me. Well, he smiles. Maybe I pieced him back together with my magical personality. Weren't you afraid? Afraid of what? That tape the Hardy boys recorded? Your mother probably never told you this, but girls are evil. Yeah, you're at least a great manipulator, that's for certainty, so... Had I then the physical robustness and social support I'd be in Kahoy, I would be there in top soldier of the apocalypse style. Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? Here in Martiniz, I mean. No, we were too busy laying waste on our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed, she thinks, he seemed happy, I guess. At ease, as much as a man like him could be. There is a small measure of pride in her, that she could quell the rage in such a being. What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it. Okay, good to know that she seems okay to talk about it. I was anyways thinking that I should ask again some questions, more questions. Thank you for clearing that up, miss. He turns to you. Whenever you're ready, I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now. She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles. Now that you've had some more time, can you tell us more about the victim? Like, for example, his name. Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely. A nickname. I guess. He came from Lelystad, it's short for that. And it was his army name apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use. Lelystad. That's a good start. The lieutenant writes it down in his notebook. Then tears out a page and hands it to you. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer. The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passes to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations recorded neatly in blue ink. The last missing piece of a puzzle of flesh. Well, would be even better if I actually would be able to look into the body better. So, how old was he, miss? He was 42. 42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50. He had many scars that made him appear older, but no. The memory makes her smile. We even celebrated his birthday like some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had a little reason to lie to me. Looks like you were right, officer. The lieutenant taps in his notebook once, as though assigning some kind of point. Wow, I did indeed. I remember I said something like that. More closer to 40 or so. I was right. Well, didn't need that, but thanks. Boys are good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die. Better not to mention it. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that it's a competition. The young woman looks at you, then the lieutenant, then you. She's clearly sensing something, a spike of testosterone levels, perhaps. What about his eye color? Blue, light blue. They were like... She stops, her eyes half closed and continues. Like little blue galaxies, you know. It was strange seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. She takes a drag. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful soft voice. Very surprising what with all the scarring. It was quite something watching him speak. He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth. Yes, severe. She seems to enjoy the word. It made him look like half his face was crackling away in some strange smile. That and those eyes. Oh yes, the lieutenant suddenly remembers. His hair, if you can remember. It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily, not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone. Where is Lelystad? The place, I mean. In Orange, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there. You were almost right, officer. The lieutenant shakes his head like you just missed a shot in dart. That means this race was occidental, not mondial. Update the form. Yes! Another point! Yay! You were... So look the class, so you were both from Orange. Yes, we were compatriots. Did that bring you together? No, he was too old for that. I'm from another part of the Orange Rick. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Orange. It was bad habits. Sex and alcohol and all that jazz. So, we have ordered a toxicology report. Any idea what that will show us? Real rainbow splattering of pharmaceuticals, I bet. She grins. Barbiturates, amphetamine, sildenafil. How much does that toxicology report cost the police of Remoncho? I can do it for half of that. Save you some money, make some myself. It's quite expensive, miss, but we'll manage without your help for now. So, this is of course extremely important. He had a tattoo. What did it mean? Oh, she smiles at the hat. It's clear she liked it. So, was it a map of his service history? Sure, service history. It was mostly for showing off the chicks, though. For showing off the chicks. How so? How? She leans back. Imagine him lying in the bed, freakish musculature, laid out on the sheets, scarred, of course, tattooed. The seats are dirty for some reason. I kind of feel that there's more to those tattoos, but maybe for you it was for showing off the chicks because, well, if you're even telling the truth about that anyways. Is this orange juice lit? Is this orange juice lit? Yes, this is the very essence of orange juice lit. A moment's respite, dark and hopeless as the struggle itself. She leans even further back to demonstrate. He's smoking and drinking, of course, and his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them, maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, she points at the air with her sharp nailed finger, picking out an imaginary tattoo star. What was this, baby? And he says, she lowers her voice comically, that was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that. So she goes, okay, but what's this, baby? And he's like, so some bad shit there killed some loincloths. And so it goes, star after star, port after port, third world country after third world country, and he's done horrible things in every single one of them. So you were the woman in this? Oh yeah, she nods. Can you tell us precisely what this means? Hand her the photo. No, thank you. She does not take it. I've seen enough of him that I can tell you what they meant without looking at them. She pours herself some more coffee. Go on. He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Orange needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer for money. Interesting experience. Woohoo! Yay! He went to Killer Academy in Fredefort. Then he killed some people on the Semenese Islands and on the other islands too. All of the islands. After this he came to Revanchol and got killed himself. So yeah, he killed some people on Seminis Islands, then other islands, all sort of islands, and then revengeful and got killed. Thank you for clearing that up. She looks over her shoulder to the sea, then back at you, smiling faintly. Change of topics, perhaps? Could it be love that did him in? It very well could be, yes. What do you mean? What do I mean? She raises an eyebrow. I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did he mean? What does that mean? Well, he told me love did he mean. That's not funny, officer. Well, sadly, nothing more came out of that. So, tell me something odd. Did he enjoy his death? Why do you ask? She seems unsurprised. Why always the unsurprised? Just have her answer the question, don't give explanations. Good volition, thank you. Please answer the question, miss. Did he enjoy the moment of his death? Maybe you are more involved than are letting on in his death after all, considering even this does not surprise you, and maybe you would then know. I don't think he enjoyed dying, officer. He had too much left to do, too many third world conflicts, couldn't tap out just yet. Everything checks out here, it's all like okay, good answer. Are you sure, drama? No, it doesn't check out. Can't you see she's clearly avoiding something here? Yeah, but what exactly? Volition, you gotta participate more, alright? But that's what I was thinking, that I don't know if this is all good. The fact that she was so unsurprised about this question is very suspicious, especially now that Volition gave me a little bit of a hint about how goddamn manipulated we are being, so it's like, I don't know anything anymore. How involved is she in this all? I don't know. And it's a strange thing to success, the lady should fair and just. You just repeat that always, it's just so goddamn fair and just. So, something miraculous is coming, he told me. The lieutenant blinks, his expression does not change. Alright, let's see where this is going. From way out in the northwest, he told me. Cool. The woman nods. Just cool. But hey, whatever we got points from, we are the only ones who got points from the where, as in what sort of person he is, national device and age. Both. We scored. We got the score. So I think we're finished with this line of questioning, and the lieutenant back his notes. Yep, nothing more. Alright. The lieutenant puts the slip back in his notes and observes the young woman for a moment. Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee. Can I ask more about you for the record? Sure. She takes a drag. The passport thing is bothering me. I'm afraid you can't, officer. And I do know you have it there. So, how do I know you've told us your real name? If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Class Amandu. It's a weird name. I am pretty sure I have the legal right to demand your passport, miss. Look, officers, she turns to face you both. I like this place, but I don't want to be stuck wandering the city like a ghost after being robbed of my travel documents. I don't want to become an indentured servant in a brothel of a bookie street, and I don't want my relatives to pay the ransom. There are plenty of other reasons for hiding your documents from the law. Yeah, that's not why you hid it, though. It's also why I hid it. Why else? He's suddenly very attentive. That's it. I was indeed thinking that we need to push on this. If we can go and find those documents, we can get some clarifications nonetheless of her identity and can find out more. So, I do think it would be pretty good. I'm an unpopular girl. She takes a track. There are people back home who don't like me. If they show up, I'm in a hurry. The kind of hurry where you can't afford to not find your documents. But don't worry, this has nothing to do with your investigation. So, what kind of people are these, the ones that don't like you? I would love to change the subject. It's not important unless I'm some kind of suspect. She arches an eyebrow. You might be. Not yet. Oh, she wipes her brow. Playfully. She doesn't seem to be overly distressed or distressed at all, really. You might be, alright? No, I'm not. She waves you off. She doesn't seem to be overly distressed. My colleague has an exploratory sense of humor. Don't hold it against him. He's thinking, I like this kind of prodding, whatever the situation, it may lead somewhere yet. I'm really hoping it would, but we didn't get what I would like to know. But hey, at least it's something a little bit more. Okie dokie. Is there something else? Thank you. About the room. There's nothing really about the room though, right? No. More of this so-called assault. Is there anything that I could try to ask more? Must have been hard. Oh yes. You call those Elysium, yes. I don't wanna be asking every single question if it seems like it's just the same thing. You should be wary of what this guy likes. He's easily duped by his law of jigsaw puzzles, yep. His logic was so happy. Good thing that you're warning me, Evolution. But yeah, why? Was it truly for that reason? So what did happen? Suspect, right? Oh, that could be actually interesting. I'm sure there wasn't that sort of a thing there before, because that's like, could that get her to go somewhere? Suspect partied with victim. Write it down, Kim. You're being sarcastic. No, I'm literally satisfied with that answer. I'm not. He turns to the woman. What was your relationship with the man they hanged? Alright. Nothing sadly more. Ah. Are you completely sure you weren't raped? Does that mean you're 11% not sure? You know how it is. Do you? I don't. Actually, I don't. Maybe you don't. In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with the mild to medium, not raped here. It sounds like something happened and you don't want to acknowledge it. I'm gonna ask at least. Let me make this 100% clear then, officer. I was not sexually assaulted. Would he be this flippant if I had been? I guess we're not gonna get anything more out of this. At least at the moment. Let's see what's happening. Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42. That's what it said, visual calculus. That's what it said. It's what she said, yes. Below the damage, the weeks of decompensation, all the swollen indignity of morality, he was 42 years old. Where is this going, visual calculus? How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder? Kim, how old do you think I am? Huh. The lieutenant isn't quite sure. He hurt you. How old do I look? How old? 58. Maybe you're wrong. You were wrong about the disease too. He was way younger. He was deceased. He had been decomposing for a week. Like alcohol. 62. I feel like I've been decomposing for longer than that though. On the bright side, you've been getting a lot of exercise lately. Yeah. The ravages of alcohol, as in alcohol, are nearly as extreme as that of a death itself, Lieutenant Kitsuraki. There's silence. Then a little more. Here it comes. Mercy. Sure, you're 42, he squints. Let's go. Wait, this requires scientific measurements. Sure, bring it on, whistle calculus. I'm not afraid of the truth. To the laboratorium. Alright, to the laboratorium we must go to see about stuff. We won't count as one of the people informing you about the tattoos, but could be interesting. Well... Whether you're done with all corpse-related tasks after you sent the body away, you can't take it back. I do know that. I was also thinking that I might need to, like, at least get my perception higher or something. Composure is a lot of stuff too, but yeah, the ice bear fridge would be legendary check of the perception, so that does require a lot of perception. Not just a teeny tiny bit, but a lot. There isn't really any other perception checks, which is kind of unfortunate. Wish there was. Then there would be more reason to put a point into there. Kolda Mama Dakwa is coming up. Date of birth generator, of course. Your face looks like it's 58 and your body feels like it's 60. Your mind feels like it's lived for 1 day or 100, both longer than they ought to be. The day and the century. But for how long then has this thing attached to your sentience walked the planet's crust? Time to start tracking those brains of yours, Elder One. When and where were you born? Cool. So, what do we increase? I could put a lot of goddamn points into perception, of course, but it just feels like such a waste considering how little I have. But on the other hand, I would really, really, really love to be able to do that goddamn thing. As in, you know. Suggestion is also something I would like to increase more. It is anyways at the moment -2 because of those things. But I still like suggestion a lot too, and volition. Volition would be something I kind of would like to increase even more too. But let's put a point into perception. It's probably useless overall that I put a point into it now, but still, it's important and could get us actually somewhere. So maybe one day we would actually get somewhere with that. Wow, immediately the smell of cigarette smoke in the air. Astra, mental. Yes, I happen to know that much perception. For now at least. Yeah, there's so goddamn many things would need to be doing that. Oh my god. Even. My goodness. Way too many things to do. To be continued with Kida Rusha next time in Disco Elysium. See you all then.